What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Happy Monday. And it's been a little while, so I figured it would be a good time to do another Seattle Seahawk mock draft, partially to kind of prepare for the upcoming Hawks Nest show, the B&B show, Talking Seahawks with the Hawks Nest, whatever you want to call it. Me and him are going to start on some mock draft stuff later this week. So let's go ahead and warm up with a solo mock draft, and we can now do this knowing exactly where all of our picks are. So we can be a little more precise here and a little more narrowed in on exactly what we're looking for. So, 2024 Seahawks Mock Draft 4.0, and this time I'm doing some trades. I'm doing a little bit of trading, nothing crazy, but I'm moving stuff around just a little bit, trying to find the perfect spots for everything. Mostly, I went off the big board on NFL Mock Draft Database for player value, but there is a little bit of variance, and I'm sure it's going to shift as the year goes on anyway. So I'm not too worried about that part. Just understand that that's going to take a while to sort itself out. All right, so 2024 Seahawks Mock Draft 4.0, first round. The first thing I'm doing is I'm trading my number 16 overall pick to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a first round pick later in the first round, 24, and the Cowboys' second round pick. The values are relatively close. We might have to throw in a little bit more to make it happen. We might have to throw in, like, a fifth or sixth round pick, which, fine. That's totally cool by me. But something like this, we trade down to the back area of the first round and pick up another second rounder in the process. So I'm looking for something akin to this. If it's not Dallas, then it's another team in that area. Maybe it's a team like Buffalo. Maybe it's a team like Houston. Point is, I'm trying to trade back to that area and get about that. So don't get too caught up in the team I trade with. Don't get too caught up on the exact trade values. I'm trying to just estimate what I'm looking for here. And with that first round pick that I now have from Dallas in this scenario, I am drafting Graham Barton, the left guard from Duke. Very exciting prospect to me. He's played tackle in college football, so this is an option if we need to replace Abe Lucas on the right side. But ideally, he becomes the left guard of the future. He becomes the long-term left guard in Seattle, helping remake our offense around a better offensive line than we've had in a while, and really allowing us to unlock some of the parts of this offense that we just couldn't quite get to in 2023 because of how bad the offensive line played. So that's my first round pick. He should be available in this range. He's a guard prospect mostly. Those guys typically don't go super high in the first round. So yeah, Graham Barton is my top pick. And that is a big thing checked off the list. All right, next up, I'm doing another trade. This time I'm trading up. And my trade up is going to be with the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm trading the second round pick I got from Dallas, 56 overall, along with my fourth round pick and sixth round pick to trade up to 44. So I'm trading up 12 spots and I'm giving up a fourth rounder and sixth rounder. Again, it's not going to be exactly this, but this is the general idea of what I'm looking for. I want to get up into the middle second round, and I'm willing to give up some stuff to make it happen. If I end up having to give up one of my third round picks instead, that's okay. Again, the values are roughly close, so this works fine in terms of math. But again, in practice, who knows what teams will be willing to trade down in this mid second round area, and who knows what they're going to want to make it happen. So this is just an example, a general idea of what I'm looking for. I trade up from 56 to 44, and with 44, I'm taking T'Vondre Sweat, one of my favorite players in this draft, 44th overall, a nose tackle, big dude, rushes the passer, stuffs the run brilliantly, remakes our entire defensive line with just one guy, I think. This is like Mozzie Smith, except good, right? Because so far Mozzie Smith's been a bust because he can't get on the field enough because he can't rush the passer. T'Vondre Sweat can rush the passer, but he's every bit the run stuffer that Mozzie Smith was. So I'm going with T'Vondre Sweat as my second round pick, and that gets us to our third round picks. So we go almost back to back. We pick very close to each other almost twice in a row. First third round pick, I'm going with Cade Stover, tight end from Ohio State. Still one of my favorites. Should be available right around this area. You get him, you are probably looking pretty good in your tight end room. You're probably going to need to sign a free agent. You might need to find some UDFA gem as well if you want to have a full tight end room of 3 players. But Cade Stover to me would be the start of rebuilding your tight end room, which you're going to need to do because I don't see any way we bring back Noah Fant, and I doubt we bring back Parkinson either, unless he's a lot cheaper than I'm anticipating. So Cade Stover, we need a tight end, and he's one of my favorite players in this whole draft. My other third round pick is going towards a linebacker, and this is a guy who, as of right now, is a third round pick on the mock draft database. By the time the draft gets here, I kind of expect him to be higher than that. I kind of expect Junior Colson to end up in the second round, and if that happens, you can sub him in for Peyton Wilson from North Carolina. But for right now, if he's there, I'm all over Junior Colson in the third round. Great linebacker, played awesome for that Michigan defense that was elite lately, that's been elite for years now, and I think rounds out our linebacker room. All right, so now we're cooking here, but we don't have a fourth round pick, so we're going to go down to the fifth round here and get Joe Milton, quarterback from Tennessee. My favorite project quarterback in this draft. I'm very excited about him. I love him. I think he's a very, very intriguing talent. Great arm, great mobility. Has a nice, easy release. There's just so much to like about him. The only problem is he sucks. And when I say that, I mean he sucks right now. Kind of like Josh Allen when he came out of college. He sucked. But there's a lot of talent here with Joe Milton, a lot of ability. It just didn't manifest fully in college. But you get him under the right coaching. You allow him to develop slowly over the course of a year, maybe 2 years. You're going to have something, I think. Look at what the Packers have with Jordan Love right now. They let him sit for years and years. At a certain point, it almost kind of looked like it was just going to be a complete disaster, like it wasn't going to work. But look where they are now. They're good for a while, potentially, with Jordan Love, it looks like. So Joe Milton is my fifth round pick. I am all over that. Don't be shocked if his combine pushes him way up higher than the fifth round, by the way. All right, so there isn't much left of this mock draft because I traded away some picks. So all I've got left is a seventh round pick, and I'm taking Frank Gore Jr., running back from Southern Miss, again, because we cannot let that guy go to the 49ers. I can't deal with that again. We dealt with it enough. Some of you guys might not be old enough to remember this. I remember Frank Gore on the Niners. I don't want his son on the Niners doing what his father did to the Seahawks. So the only way to prevent that is to get him on this team. So, yeah, Frank Gore Jr. is my seventh round pick. And look, I know we only got 6 players out of this draft. But I think we have done a lot of work to improve our roster and improve our short-term and long-term prospects with these Seattle Seahawks with these picks. So let me know what you guys think down below. Again, remember the trades are just guidelines, rough estimates. And if this is the draft, I'm pretty excited. These are some of my favorite players in all of college football this year. I got a hard-on for a lot of these guys. And bring them to Seattle, and I'm liking where things are headed. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. And yeah, that's what I got.